In this class, we are going to primarily use Google Drive. What exactly is Google Drive? Google Drive is more or less the Google version of the cloud. It is an online filing system in which you can put your own documents, pictures, files, anything of that nature on Google Drive. But it also has other components to it. The other components include Word documents. It includes a spreadsheet, PowerPoint, and everything else like that. So the focus of this class is we're going to take this online free component of Google Drive and tailor it towards how can we use this in agriculture. Well, the first thing that we need to find out is, first off, how do you access Google Drive? Well, what you're going to find out is with computers, there's often more than one ways to do something. For example, we're often going to use Google Docs or Google Sheets. Another way of doing the exact same work is by using Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. This might be something you're a little more familiar with. But that being said, we're going to focus primarily on the Google aspect of everything. So first off, let's figure out how do we get to Google Drive. Like I said, there's more than one ways to get to it. One way is to log into your Gmail account through Casper College and log in that way. Another way, and the way that I'm going to show you, is you can go to a Google page and up here at the sign in button, you can click on sign in. Mine pops up with multiple accounts because I use multiple accounts on a daily basis. Yours is probably going to ask you to type in your account and then your password. So I'm going to log into my Casper College email account, my Casper College Drive. So I went over here, I clicked on sign in. I'm going to click on my account. I'm going to enter in my password real quick. I am signed in to this Google page under my Casper College email account. So how do you get to Google Drive now? Well, you go up to this right here. It's called the waffle. You click on that and it has this drop down menu. It has all these different Google functions. So you have Google Calendar, Google Mail, and then all of these other things. Well, we want to go to Drive. So you go to Google Drive and it's going to pull up my Casper College Google Drive. So this right here is Google Drive. As you can tell, it's more or less just an online filing system. You see you have the typical folders, you have different files down here, and you can customize this by saying you want it into a grid view or you want it into a list view, and you can do other things to customize it. Now, we're not really going to worry about customizing our Google Drive in these videos. In your first week, you are going to have two different assignments, both pertaining to Google Docs. Well, what exactly is Google Docs? Google Docs is the Google version of Microsoft Word. It is just a word processor. So how do you create a Google Docs? Well, you're going to go to this new icon up here, this new button. Click on that. Right here where it says Google Docs, you click there, and it's going to pull up this blank Word document. And in this first assignment, you're going to have to talk about who you are. So we're going to come up here, we're going to title this document. We're going to say something like, who I am assignment number 1. Something to note about Google Docs is it automatically saves. Many word processors do not automatically save, such as Microsoft Word. You have to go under File and then look for that save icon. Well, here you don't see a save icon. And the reason for that is this little icon right here says all changes saved in Google Drive. As you are typing something, it is automatically saving in this Google Docs, which is saving to your Google Drive. So in this Google Docs, whenever you type something, it is automatically saved to your Google Drive. So if we started typing on here, and as you can see, I have not saved anything. So I am not clicking anything and I'm not going to save it. And I exit out of this document, and basically it's just a new tab. So you exit out of here and it's going to save back wherever you created it from. So for example, I was already in this folder and in this part of my Google Drive when I created this new one. So it automatically saves where you started from. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this assignment again. And as you saw, I didn't save anything, but yet it automatically saves for you. So something about Google Drive and Google Docs is that it automatically saves whatever you're typing. So you never have to worry that that report that you're typing is going to be deleted in the middle of the night because of a lightning strike that fries your computer. It automatically saves on the cloud. So that's essentially how you're going to create a Google Docs. Now, the next thing I want you to do is create a folder. So in order to create a folder, we're going to go over here to New, say New Folder, and we're going to title it. And for this class, I'd like you to title these folders Agri 1010 N1 with your last name, comma, first name. So mine would be Reagan, comma, Tyler. And now that I've created this folder, the next thing I would ask you to do is take this assignment that you just created and drag it into the folder. Just like you would whenever you are working off of, just say, a regular computing system, and it's now going to be in this folder right here. So if you notice something, right up here it has what's called the breadcrumb, basically a trail of where you're at. So as I open up a new folder, this new folder now shows up on this breadcrumb. So if I wanted to go back, I could click right there. And if I wanted to go back all the way directly to my drive, I could click right there and it pulls up my drive. Now the best thing about Google Drive is that you can share files with one another. You can share documents with one another, and more than one person can now collaborate on the same document. Well, how does that work? So let's go back to this Who I Am assignment number 1 that I just created. And let's say that I want to share it with another account. Let's say that I want to go ahead and share this with my personal account or somebody else, a colleague or anything like that. Share it with one of your classmates. You can go up here to the share button. And alright, we're going to share with others. Well, who do we want to share this with? In the assignment number 1, you're actually going to share this with my Casper College email account. So in this case, you would be sharing it with Tyler.Reagan and then you would click send, and then this now would be shared with me. So where does it go after you share it with somebody? So I'm going to pull up this Google Drive. So this is actually my personal Google Drive, and I shared it with my personal one to show you what happens. So under the Google Drive, then you go down to shared with me, and there it is. So you can see it was shared by Tyler Reagan, and we can find out that under this share, when we go to advanced, we can see that Tyler.Reagan at caspercollege.edu is the owner, and he has shared it with my personal email account. So that's where it's going to show up, is that under my drive you are going to have a shared with me, and anything that is ever shared with you is going to show up right there in this shared with me part. You are also going to have to share a folder with me. So if you remember, we created this folder right here for the class, and I said you need to share that with me. So whenever you right click on this folder, and you can now pull up this icon that says share. Well, using the same process of typing in somebody's name, you can now share a full folder with them. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with my personal account again. And I want to do something else. I want to go ahead and create a new file within this document. It's going to say create it in a shared folder. The created item will have the same sharing permission as a selected folder. So what does that mean? That means that whenever I go and create this new document, and everything is saved automatically, it's going to pop up in the shared folder, which will automatically go to me in my personal drive. So if we go to my personal drive, we see that this folder has been shared with me. And if I open up this folder, we see that those two documents that we've created and put in that folder are automatically shared with me in my personal account. So that's going to be another important aspect of this class. Whenever you are sharing documents or sharing files, there's one of two ways you can do it. You can do it like we've already shown you here, where you can go into the individual assignment and share just the individual assignment doing that. Or you can go in and share a whole folder by doing this, and every time you drag and drop something in that folder, it is automatically shared. Now, whenever you are doing these assignments, I want you to do it both ways. I want you to first and foremost drag and drop it into that folder, and then I want you to try and share the individual document with me as well. The reason I want you to do both is that whenever you share an individual document or a folder with them, it sends an email notification. So by you sharing it with me individually, then I get that email notification every time you turn in a document or a file, and that'll help me be able to grade it with more ease. So hopefully this little video was a nice introduction into Google Drive.